Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the SpyParty Winter Cup 2026. My name is Taboshi. I am joined today by Kalame.
Yes, hello?
And we've got Wrestler as our host and observer today. C-Rams versus AstatineEffect is the match we've got on deck, and it's gonna be a good one.
Yeah, two really strong players. I'm really excited to see what they pull off. This could be anybody's game here.
Yeah, absolutely. Both very strong players who we always get some very enjoyable games out of. We're through the group stages by this point into the round of 16, I believe. So, for some reason, I cannot seem to find them on. There we are. Asking versus C-Rams, middle of the left side of round of 16. So, whoever
There we
wins
go.
this is going up against Hoffnung.
Yeah, that should be good. I was almost in Gentleman's position versus Hoffnung, and I missed out on that one. So, congrats to Hoffnung, who's going to be the one to play one of these two strong players here. Let's see, and we can get into the
Max
draft.
is pretty scary himself, so no
Yeah,
shame
Max
in
Nax
that
was
for
scary.
sure.
That's what I ended up with, yep.
All right, let's have a look at the draft real quick. If you'll remember, the Winter Cup drafts are not like your standard drafts. People pick from map pools rather than individual venues, and then they each get a ban and a double. So the map pool that AstatineEffect picked was Courtyard, Gallery, Modern, and Ballroom. And C-Rams's was Aquarium, Ballroom, Library, and Veranda. Both banning Ballroom, hilariously enough.
Yeah, that vanilla pick is getting a lot of love from a lot of players in this knockout round.
And we're getting doubles on Gallery and Library. Doubled Library is an interesting sight to see. That's a pretty unusual venue to want to play lots of.
Yeah, that's interesting, especially from two strong snipers. It's the 5 of 8 variant, so nothing crazy going on there. I guess we'll see how they plan to play it.
Yeah, absolutely. It's going to be interesting, but we're going to start off the festivities here on Veranda. C-Rams gets on the spy side first versus AstatineEffect Sniper. No reason to delay any further. Let's get right on into this. In 3, 2, 1, playing it.
We're seeing Ballroom banned twice and not Veranda. This is going to be interesting. Right away into innocent conversation.
I get the sense that the ballroom bans were one of them because it was weird ballroom, and the other one probably
That's right.
because trying to take his opponent out of a comfort zone. But C-Rams taking a nice slow start here on the Veranda, just sort of chilling in the center, letting AstatineEffect accumulate some suspects. We do already have a few lowlights to work with.
Looks like we're taking statue highlights, so maybe maybe the highlights aren't going to tell us a lot about the attention that Astatine is paying here.
That's a very good point. Eyeing up the seduction target a little bit, but hasn't made it a move out of this conversation as of yet.
Yes, I'm certain we don't have any suspicion on us so far, but that also means we don't have any mission progress.
Indeed.
I've definitely seen players a little late for these front conversations. If someone stands there for 2 minutes in Veranda, it's probably a sign that they're not the spy, and that's what we're doing here, but no lowlight.
Yeah, we're already a minute and a half in, and C-Rams has not moved.
I wonder if we have any targets for, goodness me, can't I remember the word? If we're trying to frame anybody, but I don't see anyone who's had too much activity. Our seduction target maybe has a statue, but that's it.
Yeah, a number of people have been doing bits and pieces here and there, but no one partygoer seems to have been particularly active.
I
CRAM's
refuse to despair yet. I
still
know
not
CRAMs is
moving.
capable of a rush.
5 missions is a
Whatever comes
lot.
next
Is a
might be
pretty
amazing.
substantial rush, though, especially when you don't have any flirt progress, and it would just require going from one outside front conversation to another outside front conversation. Fake contact definitely confirms that he's not really planning on finishing missions here. He's just trying to draw a shot.
But on who? Not even too many real conversations, so the sniper's probably feeling pretty confident right now.
Yeah, that's what it's looking like. Unfortunately, CRAMS has no way of knowing who the suspected double agents are, so that was just sort of a shot in the dark to hope that it casts suspicion on somebody important. Unfortunately, it does not seem to have worked out. Lots of attention being paid to Toby the waiter, obviously, because we can afford to spend that time when the ambassador is in a pretty safe place and not much else is happening.
I wonder if we will see a purloin to prompt a shot, but maybe now's not the right time to take it.
I would have liked the attempt, but no play from CRAMS. Minute and 30 to play. CRAMS still has not moved, and AstatineEffect is not looking too antsy about it. Finally, we step over to the other conversation to red test the seduction target to get him moving, but I think that's a bit too little too late for that particular party goer.
Not going to be able to finish in this amount of time. Maybe all we're doing is burning the sniper's endurance.
Yeah, no, I don't think there was ever any plan to finish missions here. Just trying to show the sniper that CRAMS is absolutely willing to make moves like this.
At least we didn't do
Maybe
the
that.
disrespect of a full AI control.
Yeah, absolutely. What I would really love to see is his first game looks like this, and his second game is a hard rush just to really throw AstatineEffect for a loop. But his first attempt at this, there's the purloin, a straight white. I think he would have liked to have a green test there, but it works out somehow. He does wind up drawing the shot, and CRAM takes game number 1.
Amazing payoff after that 4 minutes of standing still.
Well, spy parties like that sometimes. You can get away with things on occasion, but can't get your snipers too used to doing things like that, or those shots become few and far between.
That might have been a really good choice of frame target. I wonder if we had our eye on that sorry for a while.
Maybe. Sometimes it's a shot you don't want to take but feel like you have to, and in that case, it doesn't work out for AstatineEffect. Let's see what they can do from the spy side, if they can hold it even, or if CRAMS is going to come off to a quick early lead here in 3, 2, 1, playing it.
Watching the sniper to start with, but we're on a window pad getting our flirt in. 46% with the green.
So AstatineEffect has almost already got as much progress as CRAMS did his entire game. Not quite. 46% is not a mission completion, but it's certainly progress. Very
That's
slow
right.
character from AstatineEffect is also something of note. Slowest in the game, I believe.
Yeah, interesting on one of these larger venues like Veranda. But 5 minutes does give us plenty of time to play, even as pearls.
That is certainly true. Back in the conversation with the seduction target, not enough off the first one to finish it in 2, but does hit the green test on the second. 97% is where we've wound up.
That feels pretty good. Should be easy to finish flirt from here. Into
Yep,
the blue,
literally
no,
any
into the window
flirt
pad.
from anywhere. Out to window we go. We'll see if we're able to get any. Well, he's been moving fairly quickly, so I almost didn't expect him to take the time ad there, but he does. Hits a green test on it and gets away without too much visibility.
Wonder how much attention the sniper is going to be paying to that. Ambassador starts moving, so maybe we have a little bit of draw on our focus. Maybe that got off clean.
Indeed. I thought we were going to go finish the flirt at the window pad there, but into statues instead to pick up our statue highlight, as is mandatory.
It's a
Pair
little
of
scary catching that
inspects,
highlight on
and that
Veranda when
goes
you have
right
so many
back down
missions
where we
left to
found
do.
it. That's certainly true, especially with the way the rest of the party looks. How has this happened? It's down to
Oh,
2.
that looks like the time ad was caught.
Yeah, I think so. And it wasn't, I don't
Seems
even
like
think that was a time at AstatineEffect needed. It certainly wasn't a fast start, but it wasn't a terrible one either.
that's right. Probably no way for Assatine to know who the highlights are at this party, so we might see the spy walk into a trap very quickly here.
Yeah. And it looks like he sort of slow rolled those lowlights a bit too, so there's a good chance AstatineEffect doesn't even know it's so narrowed down. This is a very strong position for C-Rams. I don't think there's any way that AstatineEffect is going to find a way out of this.
Three minutes to play, and our only other highlight is just standing there, accomplishing nothing alongside us.
Yep. I don't think. Yeah. I mean, we're able to chase down our seduction target, but with a very slow character, especially. I mean, I suppose at this point, the amount of speed you can take across the venue doesn't really matter. It's just a matter of can you somehow convince C-Rams to shoot a single specific AI who you don't even know is a big suspect?
It's interesting to see the SDAs are not low lit. Is there a strategy that CRAMS uses for the SDA lighting?
Well, could be just some folks that they would like to keep track of rather than blend into the sea of black. We do step back into the statues here to finish up our inspects, but I don't know, that statue having a print on it is probably more of a negative than a positive at this point.
Yep, we're definitely known to have completed
Oh dear,
at
another
least
time ad.
inspects and half a fingerprint. That's gonna get us shot.
Almost certainly. Yep, here it
We get to
goes.
watch our pets here.
Well, I think he isn't 100% certain, or he probably would have pulled the trigger by now.
That's right, you might be worried that you low lit time adder from the first time ad, and maybe that's why you wouldn't take the shot even if you did see the second time ad.
Yeah, either that or he's worried he caught the time ad late and it was Queen before they went into statues or something along those lines.
Certainly could be.
That's the second print from AstatineEffect. 2 missions away at this point, but let's be honest, C-Rams is not going to let 2 missions happen. There's a bug, and he was zoomed all the way in on Queen
Oh,
during that, so that's a free bug. This could completely throw
incredible.
off C-Rams' mission counting.
Now the question is if we
Oh
can
dear.
credit the bug and
I
if
don't think
we're
he
shot for
can, because
contact.
again, he was full zoomed on Queen during that.
We certainly do seem a little spy-like here. Getting our missions done,
Queen.
except possibly for a bug in the eyes of the sniper.
This is very bad. Queen into, well, luckily actually the double agent stepped away from us there, so we're not able to take an ill-advised contact to try to finish things up. Queen not in a conversation, but the double agent goes to bookcase, and now AstatineEffect has to find a different mission to complete with. 20 seconds to play.
Banana Bread here with a SDA in conversation might be surprisingly helpful, but Queen has
Yeah,
barely gotten any
absolutely,
mission progress.
but again, AstatineEffect doesn't know who the other suspect is. 10 seconds. 5, it's gotta be the Purloin. This is gonna be death for sure. There's the pending, does hit the green test on it, but there's only one thing this could possibly be. I don't think there's any way AstatineEffect survives this. There's the overtime, there's the shot, and if the double agent cooperated, maybe, but it wasn't meant to be.
Yeah, very well played by the sniper.
A lot more dramatic than it probably had any right to be, considering how that game started. But either way, the result is the same. CRAM's up by 2, heading into Courtyard, any 4 of 7 next. CRAM's on the spy side first in 3, 2, 1, playing it.
Courtyard, beautiful Courtyard.
I really expected a chaos bug there, considering the bouncing against the ambassador, but it's hard to make sure you're going to be able to actually get that off when you're bouncing. 30% on the first flirt is not ideal either, but it's not terrible. That's a white purloin immediately.
Oh.
List gone. This should just be a shot. Didn't
As
get
you
a good
said,
look at
the second
fade, so
game.
it's not going to be a bullet immediately.
Yeah, that's right. Are we going to lowlight everybody?
1 highlight, 2 neutral.
Everybody except these 2.
And in the
Where we
red.
stand after all that. There's the contact, which does not change the party layout. If you'll excuse me, that 1 highlight is actually the ambassador, so it's down to 2.
Right. CRAMS knows he's in trouble. Continues to play.
What else can you do, really? There's the second flirt to bring us up to 61% off the timer, and the seduction target steps away.
So just yesterday, Gentleman hosted a trivia show, and one of the items of trivia were, what are these images on the front and the back of the statue in the middle? Here we have a kind of an interesting binary number art. And on the other side,
my
there's fruit.
guess is that's like an idea machine reference, idea engine reference rather, but
Oh,
I could
excellent.
be wrong.
I can say, as much time as I've spent on Courtyard, I've never seen either of those images in my entire life. I don't know what kind of attention I'm paying, but maybe it's all on the AIs.
So CRAMS has slowed down considerably after that issue with the purloin. He's just sort of desperately hoping that Taft paints a target on his back, although he hasn't really been so far. He's just sort of been hanging out and chatting.
If Taft ends up going to statues, that's an interesting conundrum for the sniper. But if he doesn't, how are we ever going to get any progress as the spy?
Indeed. One minute to play, although on CRAMS' side, there's not a lot of play happening. Taft hasn't really been moving either. Again, just hanging out in conversations and talking. Neither of them have been to statues yet. CRAMS does wind up stepping away to have a look at the seduction target once more. So that's the flirt done, contact done, purloin done. But you have to assume statues is death at this point.
Contact there might be interesting, because it looks almost as if Taft is framing us for entering that conversation and taking a BB that the sniper already knows that we have.
That is true. But 10 seconds. We're now in overtime scenario. Unfortunately for CRAMS, Taft never went to statues.
We highlight our guess and it's correct.
Indeed. Right at the last, instead of pulling the trigger, you just say, hey buddy, I know.
Some style points though.
So that is AstatineEffect on the board, and stepping into the spy side next versus CRAMS a sniper. In 3, 2, 1, playing it.
Playing here as Hare, I think a pretty good middle of the road spy. We do a loop around the conversation for style points.
Yeah, I was gonna say, interesting little loop around to try to chase down the seduction target early on. So 34% on the early flirt is what we are rewarded with for that little play. The path looked pretty good if you weren't looking too closely at it anyways.
Yeah, it can be really interesting to watch for those pursuits in the early chaos time. Correctly picking up
Indeed. I
the...
thought that was a missed pad, but no, it is fine. It's just a briefcase.
Yeah, it's always funny when the
Pretty
briefcase
good
is right there.
return.
Looks pretty scary.
Indeed. Second flirt. This one from a distance brings us up to 57%.
Sniper's
We do
very...
have a lot of safety flashing on the ambassador.
He was just putting prints everywhere for everyone to have.
Just C-Rams' way of trying to threaten him into slowing down a bit. There's the contact coming off from AstatineEffect. I think the suspected double agent was either in motion during that or about to split.
Nice time to take a contact, and with all these prints here, it's going to be hard for the sniper to be really confident in the shot they're taking.
This time AstatineEffect does actually step into statues and takes a highlight for their trouble. Pair of inspects should be that mission squared away. Do we get a second print out of this? We do not. So, despite the amount of print the ambassador has been laying around, still only one print in pocket for AstatineEffect. Statue to statue we go, and that is the second print we needed. So, just flirt now.
We're seeing getting that print. Sniper laser shakes and shoots ice.
Yeah, you can tell he didn't like that shot, but he had to take it, and it wound up being correct. So C-Rams is able to hold on to it and maintains that 2-point lead.
You have to love those shots that realistically could be just an AI finishing.
Yeah, but in a lot of cases, that's what it comes down to in SpyParty. Sometimes you just have to shoot the person who could be done, whether or not you actually think they're the spy. And in this case, it certainly works out for C-Rams. Library is our next venue of choice. We've got 4 games in a row here. C-Rams starting off on the spy side. Let's see what they can do with it. In 3, 2, 1, playing it.
I'm excited to see Library, and now we're back on Pearls for another slow walk through a very long venue.
Indeed. Although this time it's C-Rams as Pearls instead of AstatineEffect. There's the first bit of progress and immediately steps away from it.
Aha.
The flirt for 51% to start the game.
I think a lot of really strong players do a lot of these cheese flirts, and it's really great for getting early progress, but it's really something interesting to look out for. Looking out for it steals a lot of attention.
I really like that out and back, again, attempt from C-Rams there. Unfortunately, the seduction target doesn't feel like cooperating, so what could have been a very, very early seduction finish winds up with a desperate chase across the venue.
It looks like that's worth taking for us. Seduction target ends up in a conversation, and there's no real suspicion on us, so I think it's pretty free to just take this for now.
Absolutely,
we do finish.
And does hit the green test to get it done in 2. So that's the first mission completion squared away nice and fast. And away we go again. C-Rams knows they've got a very slow character, and they're going to spend a lot of time in transit, and thus they have opted to spend as little time in conversations as possible. Double agent up next. Here's the contact. As soon as we enter conversation. We do indeed. Only a pair of lowlights, it looks like, from it as well.
Yeah, decent time for contact. Wonder how we're going to finish here. Looks like we're taking statue highlights, so once again we can see that a few people have progress.
Yeah, not really looking to finish yet. We still have 3 missions to go, but center statues is definitely going to be a lot of progress towards that finish. Means we're not going to be doing any inspect swap shenaniganry at the end, but it does give us a oh my goodness, we're doing the spec swap shenaniganry right now, trying to get away before we're really remembered as that being where we were. definitely had the swap statue on camera there. Unsure if he was able to remember what that center statue was before.
We do
Here's the
go for the
green test
purloin.
on the purloin. This is countdown pending now.
I think Sniper's
Three
saying aware
steps
of us.
away to a different conversation as well. That's about as good as it's
And
going to
in the
get
red.
for C-Rams. A suspected a fake contact to try to distract, but it's not enough. AstatineEffect is on top of things. The shot comes off, and he's back within one.
Very diligent. Well played by the Sniper.
Yeah, absolutely good stuff. You love to see it. AstatineEffect on the spy side next. In 3, 2, 1, playing it. Once again, it's out to the seduction target nice and early on. This time, not able to hit the green test, so it's only 34%.
Here's a fingerprint available, and we go right out for it.
Yeah, taking that
Nice
as
early
quick
progress.
as possible, because super early prints like this, especially on a briefcase, are usually not the spy. But in this case, it certainly was, and that's a print for AstatineEffect.
We take a full sip and then we set down, and our seduction target gets a difficult fingerprint.
Always nice to see. So AstatineEffect is doing a lot of little pad-to-pad movements instead of actually sitting for too long, but was kind of waiting for their seduction target to settle, and does wind up in a position to corner them for another flirt. Again, not hitting. Oh, but the bug on the way through! The ambassador sets himself up in a nice position, and we're able to get a
Wonderful.
cane-side walking bug behind the pillar. A very nice find from AstatineEffect.
I didn't even notice that myself until I saw a bug ambassador is completed.
Yeah, I saw the ambassador going behind him. I just didn't see the animation happening.
Interestingly, our ST went right back into the same place in the conversation, so we joined the same place in the conversation ourselves.
Yeah.
Doubt it was noticed, but it's the kind of thing a sniper could notice.
Out to center statues we go for a highlight and a trio of inspect. So that's bug done, inspect done, one print, and 68% of the flirt done with 3 minutes to play. AstatineEffect is moving quickly.
That's a lot of great progress, and you always gotta feel good having that bug done. You feel liberated to pick up that highlight for the statues, and that's not going to make it any more difficult for you to finish your bug now that it's done.
Absolutely. And now we've got the flirt done as well, so that's 3 missions in the books. One more to, 1.5 to go, I suppose, because we do have that print as well.
Yep, looks like the ambassador is being very kind to us, leaving prints in different spots. One in center statues. Is there one still active on the blue bookshelf?
I'm not sure exactly. For now, in conversation with the double agent, so we're going to worry about this first. I think he's probably trying to wait till his seduction target enters conversation before he pulls the trigger on that, because he knows from early on that they're probably a bit of a suspect, but the double agent bails before the seduction target settles.
Probably good to wait. We do have a ton of progress on that seduction target. Oh, seduction target might be finishing fingerprints at the moment.
Ooh, wouldn't that be fun? AstatineEffect has plenty of time to work with, no need to rush.
We're watching for that bug on the ST, I think.
Comes right back to us, although flirt's done, so we can't make use of it. Double agent back as well, but AstatineEffect steps away before making use of any of that.
We don't take the contact. I'm a little disappointed. Are we coming in for this fingerprint now? We sure are.
Looks like we are. This is exactly the statue we went to earlier on. All of these are already inspected. Not able to hit the difficult print, though. 1 minute to play. Time has ticked down a lot faster than we would have liked, and having missed that difficult print could actually wind up being a big problem for AstatineEffect.
Yeah,
into
sniper might be on top of
conversation
that one.
with the double agent. Can't afford to be too greedy on this one. We've already missed out on it twice.
Banana bread.
There's the contact. It's a pretty good one. Oh, we've got safety offs on AstatineEffect. If he had hit his difficult print,
Wow.
that would be the game. But he did not. And now he's got to find a last-ditch piece of progress.
Looks like we're not crediting that bug. This could be...
Can
Oh,
he
there
hit
is
the
a
difficult
fingerprint
print
and
the
it's
second time
red.
around? He cannot. So it has to be the swap at the end. It's in time not to trigger OT. Does get a
We're
look
looking
at
at it.
the statue at the end out of the lean. And that's enough to pull the trigger on. He had two opportunities. Unfortunately, couldn't hit either. And that is C-Rams able to take away a big opportunity.
Very close. Well played game. Sometimes those action tests get you.
Yeah, absolutely. C-Rams maintains his 2-point lead going into the second round of Library. Back to the spy side he goes in 3, 2, 1, playing it.
Interesting start right on the bookshelf, and we take the book right away. Let's see if we're going to rip it. No, the laser comes over to us a couple times so that we know that we've been seen.
C-Rams does indeed step away with it. I'm surprised he didn't try to jump ship there as early as possible, but just winds up doing it as politely as he can, I would say.
We land in a conversation, and then we move to make our position in the conversation less suspicious. That was pretty interesting.
It certainly was. I guess if you're off camera for that first little awkward phase, then you may as well.
Yep, it's only bad etiquette if the sniper notices.
Quick chase down on the seduction target to windows, able to hit a green test, but the seduction target doesn't hang around. That was a very quick leave, unfortunately for C-Rams.
And we get highlight.
Yeah. Very unfortunate indeed. Chases all the way back to Blue Bookcase to put the book back, but it just looks so suspicious.
Was that a
This
safety
time,
off?
I think it was just like signaling to us what he's thinking, but 51% on the flirt this time around was actually able to get it off, so that's where it lands so far. Green test on the animation transfer, so he did wind up with blue microfilm in pocket from all that, but at what cost?
That's good to see, but I wonder what the suspicion on us was. Were we flirt paired or seen for pathing?
Not sure. Either way, back into conversation with the seduction target, but all the way across conversation. A white test doesn't help. That'll bring us up to 68%. Same as if we got two close whites. An attempt on a reverse drive-by bug there. There was so much traffic in front that it was basically unseeable, but Ambassador a bit too far away by the time full extension happened, so no bug taken.
Yeah, would have been good, as evidenced by the fact we're still alive.
That felt like a low-risk, low-percentage type of play.
Sounds right.
And hey,
Not
as
a
a
lot
spy
of
side,
mission progress.
sometimes those low-percentage plays pay out, and if they're fairly low risk to begin with, that's usually a pretty good trade to be making, especially with how high the upside of getting a free bug is.
Absolutely. As we saw in that last game, if you don't get credited for your bug, definitely have a lot more chance of reaching your mission win into statues. Still not a lot of progress, but it's something.
That's exactly what I was going to say. We've got 68% on the flirt and blue microfilm in pocket. And a swap, interestingly enough, and just immediately takes a bullet for it.
Yeah, something about us was definitely suspicious, so we were noticed right away.
Absolutely. AstatineEffect has been doing a good job of holding it down from the sniper side after that first missed shot on Veranda, but as we step into library on the spy side for him, he still has yet to find a way back through. Let's see if he can do it here in 3, 2, 1, playing it.
Sometimes the sign of a really strong sniper isn't just being able to count all of the missions, but to do a lot of the work to reason out who is suspicious enough to be the spy and where do I want to spend that attention. And I think we see a lot of good sniping like that from Asatine.
And another missed flirt at a window, this time for AstatineEffect, unfortunately. Taking the green purloin out window, though, is a big move.
I don't know if we were seen.
Banana bread.
If there's a reject here, no, there's not going to be a reject, so it's the contact and immediate bail to try to get as far away from Toby as possible.
We're really
Bug
going
on the
for
way
it.
through as well.
Oh, this is
Lift
something.
gone, bug done, contact done, center statues. This is a rush.
This is really hard to find unless you're really aware of the purloin chain.
White on the first inspect, white on the second. This might be tight. Does get it done in 2 cycles, though. 1 more mission needed.
Here we are, 4 missions and 0% flirt progress.
Yeah, I'm thinking, honestly, at this point, rush done. Just slow it down. Find the flirts. Don't bring any suspicion to your... This is bringing suspicion to yourself. Don't do that.
That's right. That was never going to come off. We waited a long time before reaching our ST in the window pad.
Indeed. Still 3.5 minutes to play, though. Really don't need to rush this too much. You've already done everything you can reasonably get caught for, so just play it slow, play it safe. Be respectful of your fellow partygoers.
That was a really great time to take that purloin.
It's 34% off the first flirt. But yeah, it's true, the purloin timing was fantastic. You have to assume AstatineEffect is just going to sit and try to timer flirt this. There's no reason to do anything else.
That's right, even if it were a 5 flirt or something here, we could timer flirt it, but the ST does run away from us.
I mean, we have kind of had 3 flirts already.
That's right.
AstatineEffect,
You have to wonder if there's any attention on us.
thankfully not chasing to the bookcase here. I think that would have been a bridge too far. But as soon as the seduction target starts moving, AstatineEffect gives chase. Green flirt at the window, up to 66. That is barely in range for a close white.
Pretty helpful that we did hit that green.
Absolutely. AstatineEffect finally makes a move that is not directly towards where the seduction target went. Which is a good thing, because where they went was a briefcase. Shot comes off!
One shot.
I don't think there's any way C-Rams was winning that one way or another, and we are even at 4.
Curious if Sorry had a few prints or something. I think Sorry just had finished Inspects, right? No, that was gloves. Not quite sure what Sorry had done, but it was enough to earn a shot.
I believe she was the purloin target. So she was the one who actually took that list.
Oh, sure. Well, Sorry
Even
is
at-
the... Oh, go ahead.
I was just going to move us into the next one. We're even at 4. Gallery, our next port of call, as C-Ram steps back into the spy side once more in 3, 2, 1, playing it.
That's right. Yeah, and Sorry is the favorite for taking Civ shots this set, so
Yeah,
we'll hope that that doesn't continue.
Well, we'll see. C-Rams has indeed pressed the emergency smalling button, and this is a good venue for it. He is basically unshootable at the back of that conversation.
Yep, Smallman and Gallery, absolutely terrifying.
Starts things out nice and exposed at blue bookcase, so try to make a show of not trying to hide early on. Of course, at this point, he's in no real danger.
Smallman has the almost unique ability on Gallery to hide behind that conversation and get a microfilm transfer done off of a pad.
Gets highlight, probably just for being Smallman, but also it's a statue highlight, so there's that.
Pretty good
So
progress
pair
for
of
this stage of the game.
Indeed. Back out we go to the seduction target in front of this painting here. A little bit of a delay before we started this flirt, but it's not going to matter. White test brings up to 85% with 2 minutes and a half left to play. It looks like C-Rams is going to give chase all the way out to the front conversation. Both a seduction target and a double agent available out there. You don't really need to get too close to your seduction target to finish flirt at this point either. All the way across conversation works just fine. So we do get the flirt done, and the double agent drops back in again after bailing on us momentarily, so that's nice as well.
Banana bread.
There's the contact coming off. 1, 2, 3, 4 lowlights.
Looks like pretty decent AI luck. Interestingly, Sari picks up a highlight. Sari didn't have real, but she's been in 2 conversations where she would have had just an invisible bug against the ambassador.
Oh my, oh my. Are we going to get another zip shot on Sari? Minute and 30 to play as we step back inside the gallery. No need to stop at the seduction target this time through. I assume we're just going to wind up in this back conversation. No, it's going to be paintings first.
We always have our opportunity to finish statues, but we'll have to find a 4th mission, whether bug or something sneakier.
Indeed.
And it's a
Purloin,
purloin.
it is white. That could be bad. Shoot! Sorry for it! Are you kidding me?
No!
There's no way!
Oh no!
AstatineEffect, I wasn't being serious.
I was watching Sorry for, bug and everything after seeing this tendency, but I don't think she had a 4th mission.
Yeah, I think
Well, I
it
guess,
was
yeah,
just,
purloin would be the 4th one.
yeah, shot for the purloin is what it was. But yeah, just the way Toby rotates after giving C-Rams that drink winds up getting her shot. That's a tough break. But yes, spies simply do not pick. Sorry, it is bad mojo this time round. Let's see if AstatineEffect can fight it back. He just got level, then gave up another sniper game. Let's see if he can get it back from the spy side in 3, 2, 1, playing it.
That's right. I think we've got a little bit of a caster's curse or a caster's blessing here after that game.
Luckily, AstatineEffect has not picked Sari as their spy character today, so everything should be fine.
Absolutely toxic spy this match.
Very early statue visit gets us a highlight and a pair of inspects. So that is going to make the bug a little bit harder if you want to have a go at that.
Into an innocent conversation, not innocent drink, we get a fingerprint off of that, and it's a very nice start.
Yeah, it certainly is. Lots of early progress here is going to give AstatineEffect lots of options later in this game, but no progress on the flirt yet, and this is a venue where flirt can really give you trouble, so you'd like to get that started as quickly as you can. Out to the briefcase, it looks like, to get this print done as quickly as possible.
a rush to the briefcase. I don't think we could have taken it from where we were, but that's not the kind of thing the sniper is going to be watching for.
Indeed. So print done and 2 inspects is the progress so far. A very unusual set of mission progress, but it'll do. Last sip of drink and back into statues to finish the inspects next.
No seduction target progress, which is maybe a little dangerous. As a sniper, you can credit that to everybody, but if the sniper is paying attention, there's no way we could have had any progress.
AstatineEffect is trying to chase out front, get a little bit of Jedi mind trick going on. It wound up being a really ugly path, but when you're out front there, chances are C-Rams is going to be zoomed in, and that's exactly what happened, so it's not going to matter one way or the other. Green test on the flirt for 51%.
That's right, and this outside area is pretty interesting for pathing. Guests who want to come into this conversation are going to take a horizontal path in front of these plants. So sometimes you can notice spies being a little lazy and doing a full diagonal path into the conversation, which is probably incorrect.
Out to the back conversation we go. Luckily, a spot opens up right next to the seduction target, so we might be able to get this done in 2. Double agent here as well, so this is a very, very high value pad at the moment. There's the flirt. It's white. 85%, but double agent still available. Here's the contact. 1, 2, 3 lowlights, 4 lowlights, 5 low, 6, 7 lowlights.
That's a good contact to take. We don't want the DA to run away and make it impossible forever, and we're not shot for having fingerprints done.
I do think that was worth the lowlights at that point, especially now. Here's the final flirt. There's the mission countdown. I don't think there's any way for C-Rams to find this in the next 5 seconds. And AstatineEffect, after giving one up from the sniper side, finds it right back, and we're tied at 5.
Very well played.
I think we've got 2 more at gallery as well, so both of these players are trying to shake off a game they would like to forget, but C-Rams is feeling a little bit of momentum from the spy side of things. Let's see if they can get another one in 3, 2, 1, play.
I think my favorite clip of all time in SpyParty is an AI control Ansari, and she just walks past the ambassador, redirects, and gets shot for it before ever taking control.
Amazing. Into the front conversation. A bit of awkward positioning there, but it is going to net us 51% on the flirt. C-Rams probably wants to get out of here sooner rather than later, and indeed, that is exactly what they do. Getting out from the very center of that conversation, it seems like.
Classic 51% flirt start. Ambassador comes to the front conversation, but immediately gets pushed out of it.
Yeah, it looked like there was a possibility of getting a crazy double walking bug through the front door there, but the ambassador bounced away from it, so it didn't wind up lining up for us. C-Ram's back outside, but all of the progress is running back inside. Double agent is out here, actually, so that could be something. Unbeknownst to C-Ram's suspected double agent at statues, here's the contact coming off. This could be very bad.
Sniper can learn a lot from this one.
Yeah, luckily a couple of extra people wind up stepping into this conversation before the contact comes off, but still, if we highlight for real, that would be very powerful.
That's right.
And indeed, that's exactly what AstatineEffect does.
Good diligence by the sniper there. I think it's wonderful how much you could learn from banana breads, and even looking for why doesn't a banana bread come off here. In this case, it's pretty obvious what we can learn from single real conversation in the front.
Absolutely. There's the flirt done for C-Rams with a quick flirt at the back right painting. Not trying to get any purloin shenaniganry done while we're at it, and into statues we go.
Oh,
That's a green
oh my.
swap, interestingly enough. No inspects, just the swap.
I really do enjoy
Hanging
that
out.
bold kind of on-camera swap at this point on the timer. Not what the sniper is usually looking for.
Hanging out right next to that statue for as long as possible to try to delay the call as much as they can. But the ambassador
Oh.
steps into statues either way, so this is going to be an
Oh,
ambush swap.
that is very fortunate.
That is, yeah, cast members picking up statues are a great way to continue the delay. Finally, an actual eligible AI steps into that statue. Here's the take. Very on camera. You see that snap right in the middle of your screen.
And it just has to be sorry.
And the shot comes off!
Oh no.
There is no
Oh no.
way! We can't keep getting away with it!
You know,
I was
I thought
so
it was
sure he was going to see the fade and it would have been fine.
no kidding. Yeah, I thought that would have been, oh, sorry, couldn't possibly be finished here.
That's 4. We have had 4 Civ shots so far this set, and they have all been orange sorry. Every single one of them.
Oh, that's so unlikely. I thought I was
Alright,
joking to myself when I
AstatineEffect.
said she picked it up. Oh,
AstatineEffect, can you do it again? Can you keep this even from the spy side of gallery? In 3, 2, 1, playing it. Good
well, this is already a...
lord. It's an instant
Oh,
purloin steps away.
oh, we take it and run away with it.
I love it so much.
It's seen. Who are we going to credit with it?
Well, it's not sorry yet. So that's something.
No lowlights coming off. I don't know if we're on top of this one.
Yeah, I think you got a little bit bamboozled by that. You'd think you'd be able to get lowlights off the people out front, but sometimes the best thing you can do is react conservatively and just be aggressive as sniper for the rest of the game. Take some chances you wouldn't otherwise take.
Assatine must be worried here after a white purloin. Might imagine that we have a little bit more suspicion on us than we do, but it looks like we got away with that clean.
It's really quick. That seems fine to me. Bug on the way out of the bookcase is very nice. So 2
Safety
hard
off where we were
kills
standing.
done.
I think we might be a dead spy walking after safety off right on that bookshelf there. I think the bug path was at least suspected.
You might be right. We shall see. We've got flirt done. One more mission is going to do it. If we head out to... If we're able to chase down the double agent fairly quickly here and get an early contact, this is quick enough that's going to be hard to pull the trigger on, I think.
Maybe so, but the sniper will definitely know that we have 4 missions done if we're credited with Seduce.
That is true.
I say definitely. That would require a credit on the bug. Oh boy.
Here's the double agent. Suspected double agent is not in conversation. AstatineEffect has not pulled the trigger yet.
Go ahead and contact that double agent, sorry. No, sorry steps away and makes herself
Oh,
safe
There's
from
the
whatever's coming next.
contact. What's the reaction? It's
That
the
looks
correct
suspicious.
shot. C-Rams is on top of it.
Very interesting game. That's an incredible start.
Yeah, absolutely. And somehow, AstatineEffect, despite getting a spy win on the venue, manages to still lose out in the end. 5-7, the current scoreline, and Aquarium is up next. CRAM's
Can
on
only
the
get better
spy
from
side.
here.
CRAM's on the spy side first. Astatine Sniper in 3, 2, 1, playing it.
That purloin is one of those things, as sniper, you just have a very difficult time watching for. There's so much to watch in the beginning, especially if you're paying attention to the ambassador.
Still
And now AI
control.
control.
Yeah. It's very unusual indeed. Usually, if you want to try to make sure you're not being conspicuous, you do it manually. Because it is... Like, AI do get shot sometimes, as we have seen. But a spy
That's
who
right.
is just sitting in conversation and doing all the right things is simply never going to get shot.
But I wonder if just idling in conversation is insufficient for what CRAMS has in mind. I know that Aquarium can be a really interesting pathing venue. These couches and maybe this area behind the bar, where, for instance, we moved outward and then inward to go into the
That
bar,
is
unlike a
true.
human often does. There's a lot of opportunity for pathing, and I wonder if CRAMS is playing to that.
That's a good point. First half AI control, second half rush is certainly an interesting tactic that could certainly throw a significant wrench in the works of pathing reliant snipers, but that's the
We do
effect.
have a lowlight on wheels. I wonder.
Yeah,
We
it's
must be
true.
fishing for the same thing.
Hasn't found it yet. 3 minutes and 10 to play. Still time to work with, but not as much as he might like. Under 3 minutes now. How long is he going to hold this for before he takes control and starts doing missions? And because, again, if he just wanted to try to time out the sniper, probably you take control and idle manually.
If it's a repeat of our Veranda game, sorry has to start getting some mission progress.
That is true.
Still nothing with 2 minutes 20 on the clock. I don't know if we're even going to see a human control this game.
Yeah, that's true. It is possible that CRAMS is literally just using this as a break.
Possible.
Like,
We might
force
hear a banana bread at some point.
AstatineEffect to... Oh! We have taken control,
Banana
and we have
bread.
immediately fake contacted.
We might have been eyeing that ambassador coming toward us, but the ambassador doesn't do anything that we can take advantage of.
And out to bar we go.
Decent banana bread gives credit to plenty of folks.
Indeed it does.
Free bug for Taft.
Direct purloin? No, sorry. I saw purloin and got excited. It's just a delegate.
Uh-huh.
My bad.
Taking our second drink from the bar, this time as a human.
Minute and 10 to play? No actual progress yet.
I don't know if we have a frame target in mind.
Yeah, it's hard to say. 45 to play. Starting to get down to it. I don't think we're actually going to take the contact here. That seems...
Banana bread.
Well, we've taken the contact here.
And we've sent the purloin. No, have we? It is expired. Okay.
Into the beep beeps we go.
Not sure what we can accomplish with that banana bread. Action test.
What? Why that?
We're just shot for it.
Of all the ways this game could have gone, why that?
Maybe we were hoping for a 7th-minute finish.
Well, I mean, we have at least retained the sorry is the one to take every single civ shot stat. So there's that.
Yeah, we try some things and some of them just don't stick.
Well, let's
On
see
to
what
the next
AstatineEffect can
Aquarium.
do on the spy side of Aquarium. In 3, 2, 1, playing it.
Delightful. Starting off with an innocent pursuit of our ST. Looks pretty natural, and we're awarded with a 51% flirt.
Yeah, a very nice start. You love to see it.
And just in time, for the ST runs away from us right as we get done with it. Starting off with a print on the bar, looking like a good AI luck game. And are we going for it?
It looks
We
like
are.
we are indeed.
CRM's taking bar lates here, but we shouldn't be under too much suspicion for this.
Quick print off the drink is always nice to get. It's going to give us options later on in the game, assuming that the ambassador is relatively kind.
Oh, that's right. This is 5 of 8 Aquarium.
Yeah.
So a little bit more intense.
There's a lot of work to do.
Might explain why CRM's decided, AI control is
it wasn't
worth it.
Yeah. Well, into conversation with the seduction target again, and that's a white test this time around, so it's 85% the current situation. And the ambassador is hanging around in the back a lot, but he's not actually touching anything. There's
to get our last flirt
done at side statue. And we should be able to pick up a pair of inspects here as well.
Maybe we were worried about the ST running away from us. I think we took the flirt before we even did the drink sip.
Yeah, we did.
A little bit of an unusual order, but it works out.
2 minutes and 40 to play. Still plenty of time.
I'm sure we're hoping for a nice bug, and then we'll have to find another hardtail mission to complete.
Once again, Amber goes to the back and doesn't touch anything.
Not giving us a lot of opportunities yet.
I mean, if he puts a hand on any statue, especially one of those back ones, we're set up pretty well for the inspect swap at the end.
But no, we're just going in to finish our inspects.
I think he may have thought there was a print here.
Aha.
It looked like there was from the angle that AstatineEffect was at, but no print after all. It's just the 2 mission completions so far, the inspect, the seduce, and the 1 print in pocket with 1.5 minutes to play. Still plenty of work to do.
We finally get our first shark going across the ambassador. Errand Queen might have a free bug, but how are they going to finish 5 other missions to get themselves noticed? Or 4 other, I suppose.
Just doesn't really feel like the party's giving AstatineEffect anything to work with here.
We walk past a briefcase twice. Oh, are we doing a delegate frame here?
Might be. It's a pretty good way to get through it sometimes. Yep, that's the direct take, so leaning into the 50-50.
Who is it then that we're framing? Is that Hare? I don't know if she's been to a bar or not.
I'm not sure. I didn't actually get a
Banana
good look
bread.
at it, unfortunately. There's the fake contact. There's the shot.
Oh!
C-Ram's on top of things. I assume that we were the only one actually getting mission progress.
That might be right. And it... Match point. That was a known fake contact for the sniper, but we're still shot for it.
It was indeed. Impressive stuff. And that gives C-Rams 2 match points. AstatineEffect needs to win both of these games on Modern to avoid elimination. C-Ram starting things off on the spy side, so AstatineEffect has to lock it down from the sniper side first. In 3, 2, 1, playing it.
Having to win 2 games on Modern sounds terrifying to me.
Well, it is a 4 of venue, so don't have to try to get it done on 5 of. Out into the green bookcase we go.
Once again with a cheeky flirt.
I
No
really
microfilm transfer.
like these cheeky flirts. I'd like to see more of them, but 51% to start the game. Out and in, second green flirt, and the flirt is done already.
Very nice. Modern is so sparse, it's easy for the sniper to watch most of everything except maybe some of the cover that you get from the conversation in the back.
I believe it behooves me to
Banana
note
bread.
that Sari is in fact Hylet and does have a real contact.
Excellent bug by Sari. She stands no chance. Dead spy walking.
Dear. Rams does have this green book to play with as well. 2 missions done, the contact and the flirt. It was a very good contact. 3 lowlights total at this point.
Love to see that on Modern. It looks like we're going to get a print on that blue bookshelf. Whenever the ambassador feels like crossing the whole stage again to return the book.
Well, C-Ram's heading to the blue bookcase early to put this. No, he's not! He's not going to get the opportunity to. That book was being tracked like a hawk, and AstatineEffect, despite the danger posed by Sari, is able to track down C-Rams and buy himself one more game. This is the final game of regulation. If C-Rams wins it, we go home. If AstatineEffect wins it, we go to extras in 3, 2, 1, playing it.
A lot of pressure on us as we pick Duke to spy.
That was certainly a path.
Ambassador being kind to us and already starting with a statue print. And we go into the other set of statues.
A delightful little start. Only get the one inspect rather out of it because Queen drops in to pick up the adjacent statue, but that shouldn't be too big of an issue, all told. All the way out to the dark side of the venue to take a break at a window pad.
Yeah, that's not terribly spy-like.
Especially if you're not going to try to do any time ad or anything.
That's right, but I don't even think it's noticed, so here we are with no real change in the game.
Yep, steps out into conversation with the seduction target, able to pick up 51% on the early flirt there. We do have a smudger at the statue print. Double Agent drops in to say hi as well, so we have an opportunity to take a contact here if we want it, but I think the bar is a little bit too busy to try that right now.
Looks like we chase our seduction target, but seduction target redirects and wanders off, leaving us with the ambassador. Are we going to push the ambassador out?
I thought we were, but we're not actually in range to do so. You've left him his personal space here.
We'll have the opportunity to take a fingerprint if we want.
Yeah, once the ambassador leaves, which he doesn't seem to be doing in a hurry. 2 minutes to play. No mission completions yet. All we have is the one flirt and the one seduce. Here's a fake contact coming.
Wow. That gives us a lot of lowlights.
1, 2, and a neutral light on Smallman, but not willing to actually bump it down to a low light despite being able to.
Not a lot of SDAs in the conversation. Is Salmon the only one with suspected real?
Yeah, I'm not sure. Under 1 minute and 30 now. AstatineEffect does not seem interested in completing missions. Orange, sorry, still not low lit. There's a chance.
Yeah, the ambassador's perfectly content to chat with us in a innocent conversation for a while. Looking a little bit grim.
Catch C-Rams on rotation. There's the bug! He does indeed catch C-Rams on rotation. He waited so long for that. Does he have time to finish missions?
That's bold. It works. Seduction is finished with 2 greens. There's the BB. What a rush.
Contact done. Bug done. Flirt done. 30 seconds to go. And we're going to finish with the statue inspects. Can C-Rams find this shot?
This is a really hard shot to find.
It's not going to be
just 40 seconds ago I was despairing.
5 seconds. I'm not seeing any indication of a shot from C-Rams, and AstatineEffect manages to push the match to extras.
Here we go.
What a late rush from AstatineEffect.
Serum's wondering how that slipped by, and where are we on to here? This is
because the ambassador stayed there for so long without any action going on that AstatineEffect was able to absolutely convince C-Rams that the ambassador was safe. And he was super not safe.
The least spy-like bug I can think of.
Yeah, absolutely. A brilliant play from AstatineEffect has got them a lifeline, and we are officially into territory that C-Rams is used to. It's overtime.
That's right.
Here
it looks like this was a choice.
Here are the overtime rules. Here's how this is going to play out. Each player is going to pick one unbanned venue. I believe the person who won the coin flip gets their first choice. If after 4 games we're still tied, they do that again. But from here on out, it is the first player to sweep a venue wins. That is the long and short of it. Just sweep a venue. Starting at library, starting with C-Rams on the spy. In 3, 2, 1, playing it.
There was already plenty of pressure, and now it just keeps mounting.
Absolutely. Luckily, 5 of 8 library is generally fairly comfortable for snipers, so...
We do a neat little redirect. Ooh.
Yeah, that was a little bit unusual, especially to try to get to a seduction target who had been sitting at windows for a while already, but we do wind up giving chase out to an actual conversation this time. And even though we did kind of have to jam ourselves into an awkward spot in conversation, we are there, and we're there cleanly for 51% on the flirt.
That's right. 1 minute in, and we finish our cardio walking back and across the venue 3 times.
No purloin shenaniganry. You have to assume C-Rams is going to... I thought he was going to try to wait for a timer flirt, but no, he and his seduction target step away at the same time. It's going to be blue bookcases up next to take a print and possibly start working on some microfilm shenaniganry. We'll see if he pulls this book out. He does not.
A print is nice. What do you suppose is most suspicious? If we get an early print waiting for the end to get our last print, or getting in a second print fairly early on?
I don't think it matters one way or the other. I think
Sure.
I think the absolute worst thing that could happen is going for a late difficult and missing it.
Yeah, that'll feel like a tragedy at times. Just hit greens is real advice. In that last game, we were very happy to get that 2 flirt done in the nick of time.
Indeed. So this one's not a 2 flirt because it did wind up being white on the second one for 84%. There's a purloin. It is a white test. It is a very visible white test. AstatineEffect, I think, knows what's up and is kind of trying to decide what to do with it.
If we had 1 more second before the laser came and saw us, I think it would have been nice to hide behind Damon, but as it stands, that's not an option for us.
It's contact coming off. That's third mission completion. A couple of lowlights.
Looking out for our last print, but so is the sniper after watching that.
Well, still needs 1 more mission besides. It's 5 of 8 library. And where's that last mission going to come from? It's got to be statues, right? Just center statue for inspects.
Quite possibly.
2 minutes.
That or
play,
a real sneaky bug.
I'm legitimately surprised that C-Rams is still alive, but I think he knows he's in a bad way after that purloin and is trying to burn off as much of that suspicion as possible.
Yeah, the fade definitely wasn't seen, and here we are, really trying to act like a guest, but being, in the same conversation after you've seen white purloining is fairly spy-like behavior on its own.
That is true. Ideally, what you want to do is move to a different conversation and then big chill.
Maybe so.
Well, finally gets a move on, does C-Rams, and it's into green bookcase. Now, he does not have microfilm in pocket from his earlier visit to blue, so this is going to be his second bookcase visit without a transfer occurring.
And ST comes to flirt with us.
But luckily, we've already got our flirt done, so it doesn't actually matter. Under a minute to play now. Out towards the yellow side, but not into the yellow bookcase. It's going to be into side statues for the second print.
There's that.
And a green swap.
I don't know if we were seen.
Well, we were definitely seen exiting the vicinity. Trying to get a look at the statue.
A lowlight on wheels. Oh, we're noticed.
Yeah,
nice attempt.
I like the attempt to try to hide behind the pillar, but it does actually get caught out in the end. It was the kind of play that you love to see, but it doesn't quite take this time through. AstatineEffect finds it, finds the shot, and now I have a chance to put this match to bed from the spy side. It's going to be a tall task, though. In 3, 2, 1, playing it.
I think that's a really crafty play when you know that you have a lot of suspicion on you and you need to find a, scam kind of finish.
Absolutely. AstatineEffect really wanted a early Time of Chaos purloin, but wound up coming a little bit too slowly, so they decided to bail on it.
Interesting conversation positioning.
Yeah,
We're surrounded by all of our friends.
I think just trying to get closer to the seduction target there from the backside. Does get 41% off of the flirt for their troubles and steps out back into the world shortly after. Bug on the way into conversation? No, I thought it was going to be, but
That wasn't a bug?
that was not a bug. Just a
I'm
very
sitting here crediting
tight
it.
path around the ambassador.
Goodness.
Is in conversation with the double agent. I was so sure that was a bug even from SpyCam.
That's right. Yeah, perfect chance to take it. I don't think the hand would have been seen. I think we missed out on an opportunity.
Yeah, agreed. You're gonna take that path anyways, you may as well right-click. Double agent goes for the briefcase rather than hanging out in conversation, so all we have is that first flirt for progress right
Banana
now.
bread.
There's a fake contact, and not a bad one. Lets off 2 lowlights.
Maybe we picked Sorry to channel this Civ Shot energy. I wonder if we have a frame target in mind.
Well, we shall see, I suppose. Double agent drops in to say hi if we want to take another contact. The
It's good to
landscape
see.
hasn't changed too much. Still a lot of people in conversations, but unfortunately one of the STAs is out. So if we do want to take this, it's going to be a little awkward for reals. Luckily, AstatineEffect does not. It simply steps away from it off to get another flirt done.
2 minutes 30 on the clock.
Yep, timer's definitely starting to tick. A little bit closer to his section target than it probably needs to be. Does hit a white test on the flirt for 75%, and there's a green purloin for his troubles. Let's see how this plays out.
Running away and trying not to be seen. We still have hope for finishing.
There's the take. Not getting much of a chain out of it. CRAM's looking around trying to figure out what exactly happened there. Does have...
We're aware of it.
Oh no, AstatineEffect has made a huge mistake. I've just realized they're playing as Sorry.
Banana bread.
There's the
There's
real
the
contact
contact.
coming off. Which I don't think was possible for the other suspected purloin taker. So the shot just comes off on Sorry. We wind up going one more. Gallery 4 of 8 up next. CRAM's on the spy first with 3, 2, 1 playing it. And again, remember, first player to sweep a venue wins the match, goes on to the semifinal. Quarterfinals? Don't remember. One of those two.
I believe, yeah, round of 8. Early green time ad. You love to see that.
You do indeed. Picks up a distant green flirt as well to go up to 25%. Sorry, distant white flirt for 25%.
I think Gallery must be one of the most interesting venues for time ads because,
What is going on here? What is happening with these lights? He's just low lit the spy.
were those time ad lowlights? You could never have made it out to the front? We probably don't realize that we're low lit, but this is a major opportunity for CRAMs.
Yeah, I have to assume that was lights for the time ad. So gets away with one in a big way. There's a second green flirt up to 51% at basically max distance there.
Yeah. One of the interesting things about Gallery is a lot of the time the sniper is going to be choosing not to look at the very front of the venue where you can get your time ads in, so there's a lot of opportunity to get away with them and never be noticed.
CRAMs has no idea they're low lit at this point, or they would probably be being a lot more aggressive. Probably thinks they're high lit, to be honest. There's the third flirt up to 76%. 3 greens, by the way.
Very interesting. Were we at least far enough in the conversation that our flirt timer was cooling down a little faster? Might have
We
been.
almost certainly were. It was about as far away as you can get.
Fingerprint opportunity, but we decline it. Or is it a dead briefcase? It might be.
Out to the front we go to pick up our
Banana bread.
contact.
We take it without wasting any time, and a few lowlights come off.
2 minutes to play, still plenty of time to work with, although we do need to start moving relatively soon.
We are moving a little slowly, being a little bit respectful of the sniper. So maybe we do feel that heat on us.
A sniper who low-lit us immediately. Out to the back conversation we go. This is a very spy-like spot to be hanging out.
An offer,
But with wheels
but
in front of us,
should we
don't have
reject?
as much cover as we normally would in a spotlight. Twin does reject. We're not going to try to do
Still have to
any
finish that flirt.
purloin shenaniganry, though, so it's out to blue bookcase we go. Here's our first print of the game with 1:10 to play.
I wonder if we're going to get this microfilm or even take this book right on over to the green.
No, it just
We
goes
don't.
back down.
So we have to find our
C-Rams
mission.
has no idea the opportunity they have.
Into statues, getting a little bit progress, but it's going to be tight.
There's a little bit of progress
Oh.
is the problem. That's a green swap, straight up. This is one of the few things that can make things go really badly sideways for C-Rams. There's the flirt
Sorry, it's a
gun,
low light.
That's going to be 3 mission completions. It's a low light who takes the statue as well. What's the reaction to this?
Be noticed.
There's the swap. Does he even notice the swap? I think he does. What's the reaction from AstatineEffect?
But how can we finish? With a
fingerprint
on the
drink is how we can finish. Can
Very
AstatineEffect
hard shot to
figure out
find.
what happened with the swap? They cannot. They just
Bullet
took
runs
a
right past our head.
desperation shot in overtime. I think it was literally just shoot the first person your laser lands on because you don't know what has happened. And it does not wind up being the correct shot. So C-Rams, all they have to do is hold from the sniper side of gallery, and this match is over. AstatineEffect back against the wall on the spy side in 3, 2, 1, playing it.
Starting
it's a wrong arm bug to start the game.
Oh, amazing.
A really nice wrong arm bug as we slip behind his back at the statues. And somehow win that race for the briefcase. I thought we were behind there for sure.
Very nice. I didn't expect, Wheels to be taking a bug with very little cover, but here we are, one bug up. Major advantage for Astatine.
That was really beautifully executed. And AstatineEffect may have bought himself a lifeline into this match. Still has to convert it, of course, and that's not an easy thing to do. But this game just got a whole lot easier.
That's right, this is as much progress as you can ask for this early into the game.
Not able to get in with the seduction target, though. So, he's kind of been bullied out of position here. Does find a way into conversation. Eventually, that's not the right spot. It looks a bit awkward.
It's on camera, but we're not
off the flirt from it, though, and the contact coming off as well. Unfortunately, suspected double agent is not in conversation, so it's going to be all reels out front.
All we have to do is finish that flirt and find that fingerprint. We could be tying it up.
C-Ram's not highlighting for reals, though. Got a good chunk of lowlights, but not highlighting for reals.
Camera shakes as the seduction target leaves us.
Yeah, pretty close to the cooldown as well. That's a bit of a
Exactly.
tough break for AstatineEffect, but with still 2 minutes to play, there is plenty of time to finish this up. Second print at the statue. You have to assume this is going right back down. It is back down on one cycle to make it clear that no inspects are being collected. Into conversation we go. If we hit the green test on this, that's mission completion.
We take an overly respectful path to avoid the ambassador, which might be a good call.
It's a white test on the flirt,
Oh.
85%. We're going to need one more, but we do have the time, especially if the seduction target stays in here for a timer flirt. We should be okay.
Yeah, this could be a finished game if the seduction target didn't leave us earlier, but looks like we still have the advantage from that beautiful bug in the beginning.
1 minute. I think we're about 20 seconds, maybe 15 seconds away from the flirtation cooldown. This won't take too much longer.
Yeah, this shot must be impossible to find at this point.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. I don't think there's any way for C-Rams to find this unless something goes wrong for AstatineEffect. But there's the cooldown, there's the flirt, there's the missions complete, and C-Rams has absolutely nothing to find. And AstatineEffect, after low-lighting the spy and giving it up on gallery, finds his way back. This match is still alive. And for some ungodly reason, we're going to Veranda 5 of 8 next. C-Rams.
Is that where we started? Yeah.
This is where we started. We've come full circle. C-Rams on the spy side first. In 3, 2, 1, playing it.
Humming full circle in overtime, as is C-Ram's tendency, apparently. That's just remarkable.
Early flirt and go for C-Rams, 51% off the green and immediately out into a different conversation.
Yeah, I advocate for watching for those flirts on Sniper. It's really hard to give them the proper attention, but if you catch it, you have a whole lot of suspicion on a spy that you can use.
Yeah, and that's the flirt done. Got it done in 2.
Oh, impressive.
Still has 4 missions to go, but that definitely... That's better than a time ad right there. Gives you a lot more room to work with.
That's for sure. Yeah, you can spend your time on innocent pads. You can spend your time hunting down missions.
Well, AstatineEffect highlighting for statues and highlighting C-Rams for his statues as well. 2 inspects for his troubles, but he's going to be glowing for the rest of the game.
I wish I knew the stats about bug on Veranda. Seems like there's a lot of opportunity to get a bug through in these back conversations here, but not always easy.
It depends on where the ambassador is hanging out. If he gives you good positioning, then yeah, there's tons of opportunity for it, and things get real dangerous. But if not, then he's often just kind of fairly safe. Here's the
banana bread
coming.
Banana bread.
Looks really good for the spy.
Yeah, pretty good. 4 lowlights. Not too bad. Not fantastic, but pretty solid. And out to the back statues we go. There's a print, and that'll be the inspects done. So that's 3 missions down and a print in pocket.
A very good pace from the spy since the start of the game. We must be picking up a little bit of heat so far. How are we going to finish? Into bookcase. Is that printable? No.
It
Oh, it
is.
is.
So that's Prince done. Red book
So we're
in
being
hand.
watched
It
for.
does get taken out.
This venue with those two bookshelves.
He's not watching this. AstatineEffect is paying so much attention to
Huh.
Toby that he's not tracking this book. For a moment, I thought Stevens was just going to go straight across and slam it in blue and get away with it, but no, he's taking a bit more time.
Yeah, this venue with so many bookshelves right in the corners where it's not always easy to keep the camera on them. Huge opportunities for microfilm transfers, especially the direct kind.
Yeah. And the ambassador was there for a moment, but with the book in that hand, we couldn't take advantage of it, even if we wanted to. Probably would have been death anyways, because we have a big hat and we do lean. But back into the red bookcase we go. This is just going back where we found it.
Yeah, correct return, leaving us with the question of, with 1 minute to play, how are we finding our mission? Might be swap, might be bug. Camera's on us.
That's a bug attempt on the way out, but the ambassador took the wrong turn. So
That is
the suspicious animation winds up being quite far from its intended target, which makes it harder to spot, but also just simply try not to wave at the sniper if you can help it.
Yeah, reasonable bug attempt. There was enough conversation, or cover, rather, to make it work, but we're still stuck without a 5th mission.
Absolutely. 40 seconds to play. There's the bug coming through. Does get caught.
Yep.
AstatineEffect on top of it.
Very good shot. That would be a scary game to try to win as spy if you don't take that shot here.
It certainly would be. These games are closer than they have any right to be quite often. But we are back in Veranda once more. AstatineEffect on the spy side versus C-Rams the sniper. This time with AstatineEffect, a chance to put the match away in 3, 2, 1, playing it. But again, this loadout on this venue, it's a tall order to get it done.
Yeah, decent chance that we'll see one more round of overtime after this one, and then who knows? Oh, there's a bug. Little bit of a wave, but
nice bug indeed. It wasn't perfect, but it looks like it was plenty good enough.
If it wasn't credited, this might be it.
It certainly could be. We'll see if AstatineEffect is able to convert. 5 missions is still quite a bit, but getting that bug done is going to be a big help.
We do some bouncing to redirect and chase our seduction target.
It wasn't the prettiest entry, but it got us there.
Feasibly legal.
There's the flirt for 51%, so we do get our payoff. Even being polite about it.
Same difficulties as last game. We have a lot of great progress to start with, but where are we going to start finding missions?
I mean, I think for now it's just going to be timer flirting. We've got the time for it.
That's a great luxury.
Though time is starting to tick away a little bit faster than we'd like. We still have 3 minutes and 10. There's the second flirt. It is white test this time. Fake contact, unfortunately, in with a suspected double agent. There's 2, 3 lowlights. Not too bad.
It's an interesting contact. It was a pretty boring party. We have a lot of folks in the conversation circles.
Yeah.
We did knock out a fingerprinter.
Gives C-Rams something to think about. Ambassador is in a little bit of a dangerous spot momentarily. But AstatineEffect does not do anything to take advantage. Speaking of the ambassador, hello, buddy. Do we gulp drink here to try to get a bug on? Oh wait, we've already got a bug. We don't need to do that.
I I thought that too. I forgot that there was a bug.
2 minutes and 5 left to play. Puts us in a
Do we get a flirt
tricky
here?
situation.
Oh.
We're so low on. Wow, that's
That
a
made
nice
it.
drop by the seduction target. Gave us a completely free finish for the flirt.
Okay. Feeling the pressure here. 2 minutes, not even, and we have to get something here. Hopefully this book doesn't go back into the red bookshelf.
Indeed, I suspect it's going to have to go somewhere else. If Astatine wants to put this
Ah.
away in this game. Trying to chase down the double agent, I assume.
There's the
Indeed, that is
ambassador on the
exactly
green
what
bookshelf,
happens.
so maybe there's a little
Lots
bit
of
of heat on
movement
this.
at the moment. People do
Banana
start
bread.
to settle a bit. There's when the contact comes off, as soon as people land in conversations. Another duo of lowlights out of it is pretty good, all things considered, and out to blue bookcase we go. Does CRAMS know where this book came from? It looks like they do not. 1 minute to play. One mission left to get once this book goes down.
Oh. Yeah, not being shot for this is huge.
Available missions are swap, inspect, purloin, fingerprint. This might just be a straight swap here. That's exactly what it is. It is a white
Oh, it's
swap.
seen.
Rotates all the way
Oh, no.
around to the side window to get a look at the statue.
Oh, we're shot for that.
Finds the shot. When you see the sniper rotating that hard, you might just have to drop it and fail. Hope for
It
the
doesn't
best
feel
on the
great.
dance.
I wonder how much suspicion Assatine thought we had on ourselves, because inspect finish was definitely possible there.
Well, it was, but going statue to statue would have been pretty suspicious at the end, I think.
That's also
Hard
true.
to get away with that. I like the idea to try to just slam a swap and hope for the best, but it doesn't wind up working out. But
Yeah, it has to be
now
missed.
it is time to go somewhere with some proper danger. This is a place where the spies absolutely can get it done and do with regularity. It's CRAMS on the spy first in Redwoods. In 3, 2, 1, playing it. Again, first person to sweep wins the match, moves on to the quarterfinals.
Was this an Asstatine pick? Redwoods?
I have lost track.
Haha.
So 1 inspect at the red bookcase and out to the center conversation with the seduction target. Well, the seduction target actually joins us, which is very nice. There's the flirt, it's 34%.
Redwoods looks just so warm and cozy from the spy side. Sniper, not so much.
Looks like we're just gonna hang out for the timer flirt for the time being.
Sorry already has a highlight. Looking great for CRAMS.
Luckily, we have broken the sorry curse already, so who knows if she
Oh.
will...
Right.
Yeah. So who knows if she will have her revenge, but... As far as I'm concerned, she has been defanged somewhat. Back out to red bookcase to finish the other inspect and put this book back down where it came from. 2 minutes to play, no mission completions yet.
Smallman here with a book. 2 statue inspects, that might be nice for us.
Out to bar we go next.
Sometimes it's interesting watching the paths that players take. I think that Asstatine take some pretty respectful and knowledgeable paths through different conversation circles, so I can see a little bit of experience. Here's the seduction target, 85%.
Yeah, green test on the second flirt is always nice to see. Means you don't have to worry about your position for the last one, which is probably going to be very important if you want to finish missions with 1 minute left to play. You don't have any completions as of yet, but we're in conversation with the double agent now. Here's the
Banana bread.
contact coming off. Smallman gets low lit. And the shot
shot
comes off. He's not willing to wait for it. AstatineEffect finds it on Redwoods and now has a chance to get it done from the spy side.
That's right. Here we are playing as Kane. Match point as always.
Every other game has a chance to be the last. This time it's AstatineEffect with the chance to bring it home from the spy side in 3, 2, 1, playing it.
You know, sending out that purloin, it's always a scary question. Do you take the banana bread or not? Do you distract the spy, or do you avoid knocking out, rather, your purloiner?
Early flirt from AstatineEffect at the windows. It's nice to see. And directly into the blue bookcase.
Good opportunity for a flirt. Salmon takes the nice... Oh, no, we find a nice spot next to our seduction target. That's beautiful.
Well, we find a spot. I don't know if I would call it a nice spot. It's very much sort of right on his shoulder. But we do get the flirt done in 2, so we can get the heck out of here pretty quickly and it won't be too big of a deal.
Yeah, I don't think we're credited for standing on each other's toes here.
Not technically a hardtail, to be fair.
Yeah, I've made that mistake before, shooting an AI who was a little bit suspicious in positioning.
AstatineEffect slowing down a bit, trying to take a bit of time, maybe trying to get into a bookcase without being spotted on the way in.
That seems pretty likely at this point. And here we go for it.
Bookcase we go.
Is this going to be another overtime?
It sure is. C-Rams knows exactly where that book came from. We've got another venue ahead of us, and it's going to be Modern 4 of 8.
Wonderful. Here we are playing as Seek.
C-Rams on the spy first in 3, 2, 1, playing it.
And as such, yeah, C-Ram's just choosing... Big fan of extra long games.
Very much so.
Hard to
but
believe.
this is a 4 of, so more opportunity here than there has been on a few of the other venues.
Starting again with inspects.
And again with a high level. So 2 inspects done very early on, and Bar is our next destination. Should be able to get a nice little flirt while we're here as well. Unfortunately, hits a white test on it, so it's only 34%.
Have we seen too many microfilm transfers this game? Especially action test transfers. I think we've seen 1 or 2. I think the spies are doing a decent job of saying, I'm willing to play any mission, and you have to watch for everything if you want to be successful as a sniper.
Agreed. Out to conversation with the seduction target and double agent both. Hits a green test on the flirt to bring us up to 85%. Lots of bar visitors. We've got a bit of a rush mid-game here.
Always good to see, especially as a spy.
Absolutely. Sends the delegate while the bar is busy.
Probably won't come off, but that's...
time.
more for the sniper to pay attention to, which is nice.
Indeed.
Double agent
Still?
here, but we're not taking the contact.
Yeah, we've been there for a while. There's simply too many people at bar and
Yeah, it wouldn't be a
bookcases
great time for it.
And indeed,
Well worth
the
it.
delegate cooldown has expired. Does take the
Oh.
contact in the end.
That's interesting.
Lots of lowlights available. I think Asta only got 3 of them. As C-Rams heads out to the statues to finish the inspects. Get a print there as well. So that's 2 completions and most of 2 more with 1:45 to play. This should finish the flirt. Doesn't matter that we're at a long distance. We've got 85% on it. Doesn't matter where you are in relation to your seduction target as long as you don't hit a red, and C-Rams certainly does not. So flirt done, inspect done, contact done. All we need is 1 more print. We've got 1.5 to get it.
We're definitely threatening the sniper, so there's probably a lot of attention on us. Print is going to come off into this blue bookcase eventually. But I think whatever we do, the sniper will be watching.
I think so. It's very hard to get an inconspicuous print on this venue. Everything's just kind of exposed.
Delegate might be our way to go, although there's not a lot of activity at the bar at this point.
Amber blue bookcase. That could be our finish.
Rejected drink without even opting for the delegate. and shot.
Gets shot for it. AstatineEffect holds strong from the sniper side and gives himself another chance from the other end.
Yeah, good shot by the sniper.
There have been quite a number of those this match. Let's see if Astatine can finally break that mold and put this match to bed from the spy side in 3, 2, 1, playing it.
Going to be hard to get this one through, but definitely has the potential to be match point. A refrain which I'll say as many times as I need to.
I mean, is match point one way or another, has the potential to be
That's
the last
correct.
game played. And AstatineEffect also going to statues first, avoiding the big rush at the bar. Couldn't get there in time to be out of the bar in a reasonable time frame, so is going to get progress elsewhere while these folks are clamoring for their drinks.
Starting off with a set of bar lights.
Which means they're not taking inspect lights, so AstatineEffect gets away from it without glowing.
Very nice for us. We might be forgotten about that several minutes into the
Indeed.
game. Oh, we were having a conversation.
Yeah, in an innocent conversation, a bit of a weird one to be spending your time in. AstatineEffect agrees and gives chase to the seduction target, who unfortunately winds up at a occupied statue.
Huh.
So
Occupied statue.
Have to redirect out to the blue bookcase, pick up a print for our troubles.
Looks like our seduction target has partial progress on fingerprint and statue. And so do we.
Back out to the seduction target. This should be our first successful flirt with 2 minutes and 20 left to play. Still plenty of time to work with, but we are starting to get a little bit nervous about the clock. Luckily, we do hit the green test on this flirt for 51%. Also have 2 inspects and a print in pocket. Out we go to finish our inspects at the far side statues.
Meanwhile, our sniper recycles the bar lights.
So that's our first mission completion, and we should be able to get right back in for this second flirt on the way out here. To be a little bit economical with your movements as Pearls, because she is such a slow character. Her and Sorry, the two slowest in the game, I believe.
That's right. Back into the conversation to finish it with a 2 green.
2 green it is. So flirt done, inspect done, 1 print, minute and 20 to play. Gets the second print from a briefcase. 1 more mission needed, and contact is still available.
This might be a silent game. Nope, we do walk right over to the double agent.
I don't
And I
mind
wonder
that
if
at
I just
all.
saw Astatine take a nice path around that window in the front, which it can be tricky to path around for a human.
50 seconds to play. Just hoping a couple more people land in these conversations before we pull the trigger on this contact.
And
1 person drops in. There's the contact. What's the reaction from C-Rams? It's just lights.
We're not
This does
suspicious.
not look good. Astatine
Oh.
Effect finds it from the spy side and makes his way through to the quarterfinals.
What a great finish. And a
What
triple cough to finish it.
great set. And finishes it with a BM cough as well.
Wow, yeah, that was such a fun set. I'm really glad that I got to cast this one.
I think I'd rather this one than the 3-hour marathon. Well, I'll get it done in 2 thanks.
Maybe so.
But it is, in fact, going to be AstatineEffect coming out on top. They're going to be facing against Hoffnung in the quarterfinals.
That's going to be exciting to see.
Absolutely. But that is going to do it for us today. Thanks a ton for everybody who came out to watch. If this is your first time here, this game is called SpyParty. You can get it for $25 on Steam or at spyparty.com. If you get it from the website, you also get a Steam key, but the creator gets a little bit more of your money, so that's what we always recommend. If you've been here a little while and you're looking to get into the competitive side of the game, discord.gg/spyparty is the place to be. Yes, I know Discord isn't looking great recently, but there's still a ton of lovely people there who are always happy to help people get into the competitive side of the game, and there's always something going on for the newer players to get involved with.
Yeah, that very pitch from Toboshi got me into the game, and if you're listening to this, you can join too and be part of the next tournament. We'll look forward to seeing how you do.
And until next time, have a great night.